Can I offer you an egg in these trying times? No? What? How about one of these? But on a serious note, let's make some Girl Scout cookies. Thin Mint. They seem like the easiest to do, so we'll start with those. I got my recipe in front of me. So we're gonna start with combining flour, cocoa powder, and salt. 2 cups of flour, half a cup of cocoa powder, a half teaspoon of salt. I've got my whisk, and we'll whisk that all together, make sure it's well combined. Yeah, I figured it's a good time to make some Girl Scout cookies because the true OGs are not able to do their rounds because of what's currently going on. So when we stocked up on ingredients and canned food and things, I was like, let's stock up on some things for projects. So that's the Girl Scout cookie idea was born, and I saw that Gourmet Makes did making Girl Scout cookies like right as I had that idea, so I thought it was a good idea. And we have our cocoa powder and everything combined, and now we're gonna cream the butter and sugar together. Not quite room temperature, so I'm gonna microwave it really quick. Gonna go in our big bowl here where everything will get combined eventually. And our sugar. Get my whiskey attachments. That one goes there. Perfect. All right. Now, sit on the stove because my extension doesn't reach. That took a toll on my arm. Oh yeah, that's nice and creamy. I think I want to go a little bit longer. I think we're okay. Alright. Beat in the egg white, followed by vanilla and peppermint. So we have our egg. And I'm gonna go ahead and get the egg white in. The best way to do it is to crack it on a flat surface. And then kind of transfer it back and forth. No. Well, I was doing good. Alright, well, let me clean up the mess. We have mostly egg white and a little yolk, so hopefully that won't mess anything up. Alright. Honestly, I think it's okay for a first attempt, so we're gonna add the vanilla also, which I have over here. Smells really good. We're gonna combine those and dispatch it off to the side and continue our process. Everything's light and fluffy. Now, the recipe calls for peppermint extract, but I couldn't actually find any in the store, so I got mint flakes from Kroger, and I ground them into a pretty fine powder. And I think I'm also going to add a couple of drops of peppermint essential oil, but not too much. A lot of peppermint essential oil ingested can be bad for you, I hear, but we're going to try the flakes. And I ground them so they're really small, so when you take a bite of a cookie, you're not eating like a leaf. And I'll go grab the peppermint oil. I got peppermint, peppermint, is that upside down? Peppermint, one of those. Oh, no. Peppermint essential oil. And I'm gonna add probably 1 to 2 drops, no more than that. 1, 2, and then I'll stop. I'll put that off to the side and continue mixing. Now I'm gonna wipe down the sides. This is a big bowl, so a lot of stuff gets flung around. But I don't really have anything between that small red bowl that you saw and this one, so. All right. It looks very much like Oreo cream right now. You can see. It's like yellowy Oreo cream. Now it says to gradually add the flour 1/3 at a time. I'm just giving it a little final stir with the whisk. And then we're gonna add it a little bit at a time. Mixy mix. All right, hopefully this will be the final dip, and then we'll be good and ready for the next step, which is dividing the dough. There we go, that's all of it. All right, here's what we're working with. So now I am just making sure it's all combined, doughy. Gonna roll my arms up.
Who's your daddy?
Gotta divide this in half. So I'm just gonna take the spatula and kind of see if I can do this. Kind of divide it down the middle. Oop, that's not working so well. And let me try. Since there's now that incision, I'm just gonna use my hand. We're gonna roll it to a 1/4 inch thickness. And then my rolling pin that I bought specifically for these cookies. And now we roll. Okay, so I tried to roll it out a million different ways and none of it made it on camera. So enjoy the cut. One. And we'll work on the second one. That's what it looks like. So as I was putting it in, I realized it didn't have parchment paper on the top, so I added some parchment paper. I will clean up the dishes and yeah, we'll see where we're at in an hour. In that hour, I went for a walk and cleaned up the dishes and also discovered that my phone memory is full, so full in fact, that the files were too big to transfer easily, so I jumped through tons of hoops so I can transfer them and finish the video. Is that the timer? Let's see how they're going. All right. Here we go. Fresh out of the freezer. We're gonna put them over here. Not bad. It looks like it's probably not gonna yield too many cookies, which is fine. Pull this up. Pretty cold, pretty cold. Hold that for me, dear. And use the second one. Ta-da! Yes, I know I rolled them out weird. Leave me alone. So now to preheat the oven to 350. So while we wait for that, line 2 baking sheets with silicone mats. All right, well I have 1 silicone mat and parchment paper, so that's what we're gonna use. So I save jars to reuse them for buying in bulk and things like that. So I have a old, I think it was probably olives at one point. Let me grab a measuring tape and see if that will work. It is perfect, 2 inches. Amazing. I would use the cap, but the cap has like little notches to keep it from, I don't know why, I guess for a tighter seal. So we are gonna use the top and we're gonna start cutting them out and, not even gonna think this through. I guess I will put, I'll use an older, one of the top parchment papers and do that. I don't think it's, did I make it through? Aha! Uh-oh. We're stuck. Alright. So what we're working with, I may keep the rim a little bit so it's a little bit easier. Let's try that. Good. Get some light. Yeah. This is what we're working with. Not bad, not bad. I'm gonna cut out a little bit more from the others before I put this in the oven. What does it say about spacing? These on 1.5 inches apart, so they are too close right now. Now that I spaced them out a little bit better, I don't think we have space. They look cute. I'm gonna go ahead and pop these in the oven and get started on the second round. So we didn't get as much. This was the smaller ball, so we're gonna put those in as well. So while our double boiler is getting all ready, we're gonna add half a teaspoon of vegetable oil to the chocolate, and that's to prevent it from burning. And then we're gonna get our peppermint oil again and add, I think we're gonna start with 1 drop, but if it needs another, we'll add another. So we're gonna drop that there, and I have a baking sheet that they're gonna go on. It was in the freezer so it could cool. That way, hopefully, it'll be a more even coating, like the actual thickness. And then once this is all filled up, it's gonna go in the freezer. I wanna try and use a fork. So I got a fork. And now we wait. Alright friends, we're getting a little close. It's starting to melt. I'm gonna turn the heat down to 4. Alright, I'm ready. I'm gonna take the little tester cookie and my fork and kind of dip it in. What you did not see was me finish the rest of these cookies, but I think I decided to just coat the tops with chocolate for now, and then once that hardens, go back and do the bottoms. And then I put a couple in the freezer to harden. We'll take a look at those. There we go. Here we go, taste test, and then we'll finish up the rest. Not bad. The chocolate's not as solid as I would like it to be, so we'll probably put that back in the freezer for a little bit longer. There's chocolate all over my hands. But overall, it's pretty good. Definitely a good way to spend a day. I'll go ahead and link the recipe that I used down below. I wrote everything down, but it was based off of a Pinterest recipe, so I'll go ahead and share that if you want to give them a try. Or just place your order. But yeah, I'll finish these up and then I'll show you what they look like when they're 100% done.